And game number 2 of the third place decider. KSC wins, they go on to grand finals. O7 wins, they force a game 3. For the side of KSC, we've got Harugamo, Kleber, Daring, Gearing, Petro, Moskva, Minotaur, Kremlin, Vermont. For the side of O7, Shima, Ragnar, Moskva, Petro, Moskva, Stalingrad, St. Vincent, Conqueror.
We must be free, not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch the split, looks like we're going to see O7 send 4 towards C, 4-ish towards A, and the Ragnar to B. Looks like it's going to be opposed by Daring at B, and then the Harugamo and Kleber are speeding their way over to A. They want to get to A as quick as possible. Moskva and Kremlin to support them. Got to keep an eye out, but it looks like we'll see the Harugamo and Kleber get there early. Can they get the cap with the Moskva radar, though? That will be the question. So as we watch this, ladies and gentlemen, KSC, obviously, first off, if you aren't aware, they have beaten O7 the last 2 times these teams have faced off in grand finals, as opposed to the third place decider, so a little bit of a difference here. But these teams know each other very well. They're very competitive with each other. Neither team wants to lose, ladies and gentlemen. Neither team wants to lose. And they desperately want to win. It's not just the bragging rights. It's also these two teams are not the biggest fans of each other. There's a little bit of a grudge there from both sides of this match. And so we're going to see a lot of aggression here and definitely challenge. Now, Raiden Shogun, Siberian Dog pushing up to A. Not there quite yet, but they're on the move. Kleber into A already. Moskva does have the radar range, but hasn't chosen to use it yet. There's the radar coming out now. Will they get the shots onto him? Moskva radar out first. That's the longer radar. Interesting choice, but it's the one that probably covered the entire cap, as opposed to the Petro radar, which just now is starting to. But that does force the Kleber out. Kleber forced out. Kleber takes 4,000 damage on those last salvos. That's got to feel rough on that shot. Big shots out from the Kremlin looking towards the Conqueror. Shots are going to just be 1 over pen. And the Moskva radar finishes, and now the team starts to back in. And so, shots spotted back on the Harugamo now, Siberian Dog. There's that Petro radar going. Petro radar about to be out. A still unable to be contested. Ragnar opening up on the Harugamo. They're going to know what that is very quickly. So, exposing a little bit of where he is. Depends how much damage they get, if it's worth it to give away that reveal. I don't think less than 2,000 damage is worth it, but that's just me, chat. Looking over here towards C. Also getting a bit of focus fire. Now, with the 4 DDs versus 3 DDs, obviously it's about a 40,000 health advantage to O7. Keep an eye on that as we go on and see what KSC can do with that. Obviously, health pool isn't everything in this game, but closing that gap shows that they're consistently getting more damage. Other thing to bear in mind, though, with that is that the Conqueror can heal up ridiculous amounts of damage, so he's going to be a problem. Still not a lot of action. 4.5 minutes into the game. Just a little bit of pressure from both teams. Moskva about to have radar. Should be able to stop. And there's the radar of the Moskva. That'll stop A if they want. Harugumo sees the Ragnar. Ragnar spotted. Ragnar turning the guns to get onto the Kleber, but he hasn't yet. There's the guns. And now the Kleber starts to move. So no cap taken yet. Kleber taking some decent damage on that first hit from the Ragnar. But remember, there's a lot of radar usage here. Petro using the radar. They do find where the Ragnar is. 2,000 on the Ragnar, but 7,000 off the Daring so far. Petro trying to get another salvo out on him before he runs out of time. Here's the salvo. Ragnar trying to go dark. Shots are in. Gets another 3k. That at least balances it out a bit on what they took between them. But still Ragnar in a better position. And I'm thinking as I look at this chat, I don't know whose positioning I like more here, honestly. The Petro Moskva is a very challenging thing for KSC to deal with. But that Minnow Vermont pushing down the flank is going to make that Moskva's life a nightmare. And also, O7's burning a lot of radars right now. So let's look at KSC. 3, 7, 10 radars left. 5, 7, 9, 13. They have 16 radars left, but they're burning those radars on cooldown. There's the Petro's next radar going. It's keeping the team off of A, but you're starting to run out of radars over here. Both of these ships, the Moskva and the Petro, are now down to 2 radars apiece. The Ragnar's down to 2. Stalingrad's not in a position to use them. It's keeping them out, but it's not going to be able to keep them out effectively for too much longer. And with that, B is capped for 07. They do get the first cap, but KSC responds by taking the C cap. And now that points are ticking for both teams. Advantage, though, right now is the fact that it's 100,000 health difference that 07 is up on KSC. That is big and cannot be overstated how much that gain of 60,000 is. And a lot of that is on the damage they put on this Kremlin to have him down to 54,000 and dropping right now. Like, it feels like KSC's plan here is that they were going to get A, but they haven't been able to get A because, look, Moskva's about to radar again. But actually, that might be right outside the Moskva radar range. It's going to be tight. Looks like it's going to be inside. And there's the radar. Just barely spots him, and so the Kleber moves forward just barely and is going to wait that radar out. So yeah, they're stringing these radars together really nicely, but what happens in 3 minutes when they're out of radars if they keep this up? Ragnar's radar is nowhere near where it needs to be to hit. Harugumo has shots on the Ragnar if he wants him. Doesn't look like he wants him yet. And it looks like both teams are kind of content with the gameplay. And I think KSC is saying, well, 07, you keep using those. What's going to happen when you run out? And 07 is saying, we're just buying time right now and looking for a place somewhere else. But fight is broken out here. Ragnar down to 13,000. He's working on the Harugumo. He's using the heal. He has 1 heal left after this, but still down to 15,000. Harugumo down to 18,000. Down to 16,000 now for the Ragnar. Hasn't used the DCP yet. Down to just over 16,000. And yeah. Kleber back in the cap. Petro could radar. Petro hasn't done it yet, though. And there's the Petro radar. Like I said, we're about to run out of radars. And so KSC is going to be able to take this cap very soon if they want. Stalingrad taking a fair chunk of damage here. Petro, given as good as he's getting right now. Petro down about 16,000. Stalingrad down about 20,000. 3 heals for the Stalingrad. 3 heals for the Petro. even though the Petro does start with 14,000 less health. But he's bringing that difference back. And fire on the Stalingrad. Not going to be DCP'd, but that is going to counteract some of the heal. And here's this push I was mentioning. Minnow and Gearing pushed up, now looking at that Moskva trying to finish him. Here's the Moskva now peeking and saying, you know what? Kleber hasn't been able to get it. Let's see what you do as I push up here. And Conqueror is ready to heal. Down to 38,000. There's the heal popping. And honestly, KSC would like nothing more than getting a fire here on the Conqueror. They're not getting it yet, which O7 is very thankful for, but KSC would like nothing more than what they just got, the fire. Burn back down that Kremlin's, or that Conqueror's health as he tries to heal. Health lead back down to about 80k. Under 10 minutes to go. Neither team crested 500 yet. Moskva using his last radar. And... oh, and they get A. And the Moskva uses his last radar, but it's to no avail. The Kleber has got A and is now able to dive in. And Ragnar spotted again. He does have a heal, but he's taken down to 10,000 right now. Shots are out. Down to 9,000. Going forward. There's the shells and going to just miss. Heal coming out, but down to 7,600. Forced to DCP. And big chunk, and that's a perma fire on him, ladies and gentlemen. Heal's gonna finish up. That'll take him under 5,000 health, I believe. Oh, he might be dead. He's very close to it. 2,000 health left. He is dark. He's not gonna die to the fire, but it's gonna be uncomfortably close. It's gonna be under 1,000 health. Moskva radar not gonna spot anything. 2 caps now, which means KSC is building that lead. But watch out, O7's going to have to execute the push here. Harugamo just continuing to focus that Conqueror. They're trying to whittle down his health pool, make it so every time he uses that heal, you know what, it's a little less he can heal back. But now actually they're looking onto the Petro. Petro does have a radar ready. Petro pushing forward. Kleber spotted. Looks like they're going to try to shove the Petro in and maybe go for the Kleber. Petro not burning that last radar yet. He wants to contest A and slow it down. And so, Petro not able to get into A yet. Conquer down to 34,000. Get ready to see that Prentice ship here. 29,000. There's the Prentice ship immediately popped. He'll build that health back up, and that'll grow their lead back significantly. But still, over 600 points. KSC needs to get into a cap, and I'm not sure what cap they're going to get into. They still have their Stalingrad radars down. Their Moskva radar is up and available, but they've been burning through those radars at a fast pace. And now, there's the Ragnar. Ragnar does spot the Harugamo. Harugamo gonna have to bolt out, but the Ragnar on a speed boost. Ragnar gonna take a lot of damage on that first salvo. Using his second to last heal, he's down to 19,000. They're trying to bring him in so that they can kill off the Harugamo. We'll see. It looks like it's worked, ladies and gentlemen. 4,000 health left on him. They get the Harugamo. Ragnar, though, taking a lot of damage as he gets out of here. How much can they make him pay for that kill? But that will bring it back to just a 5-point lead for the side of KSC as O7 claims first blood 14 minutes into the game. And that Ragnar paid a lot. He's got a heal left that'll take him back up to about 16, 17k. But being down to 12,000 feels rough. Make that 11,000. Now the Petro stopping the cap, and now the Kleber's in a problem spot. Kleber has nobody to support him, and Kleber of Raiden is dead. Moskva and Kremlin have backed up, and the Kleber is going to try to speed boost and hope that he doesn't die here, but he is dead. And he dies. Does the Petro have the dodge line? It doesn't look like the Petro has the full dodge line. That will be a lead. however narrow for the side of O7. They're up by about 80 points, closing again. Petro forced DCP, but yeah, Moskva and Kremlin pulled back, and then the Kleber was just trapped. And now the Petro can contest A from a position of relative superiority. Uh-oh, Stalingrad is in some trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. He does have a DCP. Oh, never mind, the torps run out.
Our time runs short. Only 5
So
minutes
5
left.
minutes left. 4 minutes until the side of KSC wins. Where is O7's push going to be? I think it's going to be on A, but I don't know yet. The Kremlin has no heals left. The Kremlin is actually very close to dying. And they can't even see the Ragnar that's shooting him. The Kremlin is dead, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure. Down to 2,000. He's trying to get dark, but that Kremlin is just gone. 43,000 left on the conch. There's the Kremlin going down. Shells onto the Moskva do get him to 25,000, though the heal comes in. And now the Moskva continues to back up. Another 7k off him. How many more salvos can they get? And I think O7 has got this and is forcing a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Moskva gonna go down. That's gonna put the pressure back on the side of KSC. And I don't know if KSC has this. Shots out onto BFK. Moskva down to 4,000, ladies and gentlemen. I think this kill secures the win. Down to 500, 300. He goes down here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he doesn't. No heals, but still alive, and he's hiding. And now here comes the push. Shima spotted, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to look to try to kill off your SAT score. SAT at 15,000. Moskva is going to go down, so this becomes a critical kill for KSC. They need to kill off the Shima. Shima down to 14,700. There's the radar, and now the Shima runs for his life. 11,000. How much can he survive? How much can he dodge? How much can he survive? There's the kill on the Moskva we said was coming. Now in the favor of the side of O7, especially with them capping A. This one kill won't be enough for the side of KSC. They're trying to get it, though. They've only got 24 seconds left on the radar, and that Shima's doing a very strong job of dodging. There is another potential kill here, though, on the Moskva in the next 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, but they got 12 seconds left. If they don't kill this Shima, it's game over. Regardless. 6 seconds left on the radar. They've got him at 1,300. They can't hit him. The gearing shots are just wide. Radar gone. Do they hit him with these last salvos? Shots are in. They whiff. They're still trying, ladies and gentlemen, and they did not get him, and that's going to a shore, and that kill onto Takayoshi. We're going to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. This has to be solved with one more game. And that will confirm it. O7 takes game number 2. Brilliant counterplay there at the end. They wait patiently, and ladies and gentlemen, O7 wins game number 2. 7 seconds left until it's confirmed, but we're going to our third and final map. What a series, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, O7.